Alright, today's the day. Heat finally turned off. Let's go check out my wheel horse tractor. Now I got a pair of these. Bought them both from customers. They didn't want to work on them. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. Come on, gate shut. And we're in the boneyard here. I got this wheel horse GT 1642, which is in pretty decent shape. I did a bunch of work to it. I actually swapped out a V-twin in it, Briggs, a newer style, and that motor runs really good. So what I'm thinking is this 417.8 is in way better shape. Way better shape, but the motor smokes. So, got a custom exhaust deal, whatever. I'm going to take the V-twin out of this one and part this one out and save it for parts. Put the V-twin in this one, and then I'm going to build a front end loader for it. So, let's see if I can't get this thing out of the snowbank in a shop, and I'm going to pull the motor out of it today, and I'm going to start mocking up for the front end loader that I'm going to build. You can't find one anywhere used. These things had front end loaders on them as an attachment, like an arc loader was made. There was a bunch of other companies that did it, like 3 or 4, like in the 70s and the 80s, and you can't find them. And if you do find them, they're ludicrous money. You know, a piece of shit tractor, nowhere near in the condition this one's in, with a front wheel loader. I don't know, $3 grand, $3,500, $4 grand. So, you know me, I'm gonna build it. All right, let's get this in the shop. Okay, here she is. Hopefully you can hear me over the, whoa, first time using my gimbal in a long time. Hopefully you can hear me over the heater. I'll talk up a little bit. This is it. I mean, it's got the original seats, not even cracked. I put that piece of tape on there just to distinguish that it was mine from customer stuff, but, you know, the wheels normally get rotted completely out. These are in really good shape. The rears could use a little silver paint, but engine-wise, it's got a, hang on, let me get the other side here. Whoa! Gimbal's going crazy. Ah! I'll have to edit that out. There it is. It's been a while. It's got a Kohler 17 horse opposed cylinder engine in it. Like I said, it smokes pretty hard. I'm going to pull this out, and I'm probably going to put that Briggs V-twin in it. I'm a fan of the Briggs V-twin, the newer style stuff. Not the Chinese stuff, but the newer, still American-made stuff. The reason why people do this with these tractors is they have a 3/16 or 3/8 thick angle iron frame in them. They're actually really heavy duty. They have a cast iron front beam in them. You know, real thick and beefy. I'll probably even beef it up more. This deck is going to be of no use to me. I'm going to take that off, probably sell that. I'll take that control lever off right there, get that out of there. But I have that whole other tractor for parts, and it works well. Oddly enough, they were both bought from Al's Route 2, right up the road from me in Grafton, which is really cool. And another thing, These have a cast iron rear end in them. They're very heavy duty. Very heavy duty. They also have high and low range, so if you really want to pull some weight, you can do it. Sorry about the gimbal. It's been a while. But yeah, this ought to be cool. I'm going to put you up on a time lapse here, and you can watch me tear into this thing. Hopefully I get it all done today. I get the deck out, get the motor out, and maybe even mock up a little bit of the front end loader, just for the motor freaks here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in on it or not. Zoom. Hello, focus. There it is. 17 horse Kohler. Spec number 24340. Model number KT17QS. That's KT17QS. And the serial number is unneeded, but what I thought was really cool is he even put an Al's Route 2 sticker right on the motor in case you tried to fool him or something. I don't know. I've met the guy. He didn't do tractor sales when I met him. He was doing truck cap sales. I don't know. Seemed like a nice guy for sure, but all right, let's tear this thing apart. I'm all excited. I don't even know what I'm saying. Got it all ripped apart. That wasn't too bad. I have to build a bracket because I don't want to run the belt drive that was on the... Got hair on the camera. I don't want to run the belt drive that was on the front because I'm not going to run a regular deck anymore. But you can see just how thick. Focus. You can see just how thick the frame rails really are. I mean, I know they're narrow, but I can tell you that I'm going to run supports underneath. Let me show you how I plan on doing that. You can see that this is the bracket for the rear end. This is the frame rail up in here. I just have to get some 3/16 plate or maybe even 3/8 plate and go from this all the way up to the front. Maybe around the steering, maybe not. This is definitely going to get tossed. But now I got an open canvas for what I want to fabricate and what I want to build. So, and then, of course, the heater turns back on. Son of a bitch. This will all get wire wheeled and cleaned and probably painted black. The steering, I don't know if you can probably see this. I think it's got a bad bushing because if you go all the way this way, oh, there it is. If you go all the way this way, it comes out of mesh. It looks like. I think that bracket might be broken. If you go all the way this way, it's okay. You know, you can kind of yarn on it a little bit. Go all the way this way. Yeah, no good. No good. I'll have to figure that out. You know, this was a used tractor. I think it's a 1982 or 83, which is right around my vintage. I was 83. It's got originally 600, and what does that say? 692 hours. So, I mean, it's really not well-used machine for 82, 83 standards. I can only imagine how many hours I got on myself. All you mathematicians out there, make sure you tell me. All right, I think that's going to wrap this video up. Next video will be doing fab work and mocking everything up for what I want to do as far as the bucket and the boom system. So I'll remount the hood. I'll make a new bracket for the front. Get the hood on so I know what I have for clearances and then go from there. Now with the V-twin motor though, before I let you go, the V-twin motor, there's a lot more room than that opposed cylinder because they're, you know, obviously the opposed engine is quite wider. The V-twin is much narrower, so I'll be able to run the hydraulic pump because this is going to have a hydraulic pump on it in order to run the, you know, hydraulics for the lift. So, which I do have. Let me show that to you. Where is it? It's right there. Never mind the mess. So that'll probably be somewhere in here, you know, roughly. Or, I mean, I could put it underneath. There's a lot of places I could put it. I haven't quite decided yet, but that's a good hydro pump. I took it off a log splitter that the engine blew up, and this was like brand new. I mean, it's got a brand new coupler and everything on it. So I'll be using that for making hydro power. It's probably too much for this, but hey, I like a little extra. All right, well, I'll quit my rambling and I'll get to thinking about what I'm going to do as far as my lift and my rams are concerned and what kind of chassis I'm going to build for it. I think I'm going to use 3x3 3/16 wall for the uprights and the legs, and I'll also use that as the hydraulic container, if you want to call it that, like the reservoir that holds the hydraulic fluid. So the frame will actually hold the fluid, and then I'll probably use 2x2 3/16 wall for the front. I'll insert a couple drawings in this too. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about and what my plans are and what I'm kind of doing, just not blindly tearing a vintage tractor apart for no reason. But until next time, appreciate you guys watching. See you soon.